Up guys, today we will be taking a look at the Google Pixel 9a. This is my first A series phone in a while because I think the last one was the 6a, which I really like. So we got the blue color. This one was ordered from Google's website. So let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, take these tabs off. This is a 128 gigabyte version, and try to take this off without ruining the box. There we go. Alright, so this looks like, exactly like the Pixel 6 or the 9 Pro XL. Here's the phone here. I'm pretty excited for this one. For you guys that don't like old flagships, I'll compare this to my other Pixels, but I'm really excited to see how the camera looks on here. Like I said, we had a lot of mid-range phones on this channel, recently. The A56, the 16E. So we got our SIM ejection tool, and we get our Type-C to Type-C. That's pretty much it. This kind of looks more purple. Let's see. Yeah, this is a really weird kind of blue. It is blue, but it's a very strange kind of blue color. But yeah, there's a lot of dust on here. Let me get this off. So yeah, so the camera is completely flat now, which is pretty cool. We haven't seen that in a really long time. So this phone will not be, moving if you type on the table. So we're all set up here, and I do want to mention a few things here. So the back is actually plastic according to the spec sheet, which really fooled me because, there's just no way I would have got that without looking at the actual sheet. So this is actually a plastic back, but the phone feels like, a premium flagship phone. It probably has a lot to do with the, side of the phone being a metal material, aluminum. But yeah, so, that was just really interesting. And it's also IP68 dust and water resistant as well, which is pretty cool. Now, the display on here, guys, it's a pretty good display. You can see that it is a very, has very thick, kind of chunky bezels. So Google really wants you to know that this is a mid-range phone. So the actual quality of the panel is still pretty great. It's a POLED display. It is HDR. It is 120 Hertz, and it is 2700 nits peak brightness. So just like today, when I took some pictures, it was still pretty bright when looking at it and being able to take pictures. So I was easily able to see the display. But yeah, it's a 1080p panel, and it's 422 for the PPI, and this is using the Gorilla Glass 3. But yeah, colors look pretty nice, decently vibrant, and I don't have any issue with the panel. One thing I noticed is that this does not have HDR 10 plus, so it's just regular, HDR. But besides that, I mean, the display looks pretty good for the most part. I don't think anyone would complain about the panel on here. I think for the most part, people's main concern would probably be like, if you're outside a lot, it's bright enough to see, it's sharp. I don't have an issue with the panel, and it's 120 Hertz, so it is a very, very smooth phone here running Android 15. So all the animations look really good. So really no issues with the panel here. The thick bezels are, it is what it is. It's not, really a big deal. Always with these Pixel phones, they're going to do a pretty good job with gaming, but you won't get the best performance. You can only play PUBG at, 60 frames. We can bump it up to HDR Extreme. It does have the Google Tensor G4 processor, which is, pretty efficient chipset. The base model, 128 gigs and 8 gigs of RAM. We also do have UFS 3.1 on here as well. And gaming performance is going to be pretty solid. I haven't felt any kind of heating with this phone. Even on the 9 Pro XL, this chip is efficient. So this is a really good chipset. But if you are someone more into gaming, you're really gonna look towards maybe like an older flagship, so you can get like that 120 frames, something like a S23 Plus or something like that. I think the OnePlus, is it the 13R, I believe, also can play PUBG extremely well, 120 frames, just in case you don't want to go the old flagship route. So yeah, these Pixel phones, they're great for casual gaming, but I wouldn't do competitive gaming on these phones. It's not because it's not fast enough, it's just Google doesn't really care about optimizing this chip for PUBG. in Call of Duty or whatever else, Genshin, all that stuff. So yeah, that's my opinion for all of my gamers out there. But as you guys can see, it's running perfectly fine. No lag or anything like that. Let's check out these speakers and see what they sound like. These sound pretty good. They have a good amount of bass, really good mids on here, really nice crisp sound. I don't have an issue with the speakers on here. This top speaker, yeah, the top speaker is pretty good as well too. It's decently loud, so no issues with the speakers there. We also do have a optical fingerprint scanner, which works pretty well. With the optical ones, you just have to apply just a little bit of pressure. It's not like the ultrasonic one on the 9 Pro. But yeah, this one is performing pretty well. So no issues with that. Great speakers, and also the fingerprint scanner is great. You do have your built-in AI stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you press the home button or the power button, you get the Gemini. Circle to search is here as well too. And yeah, so you get all the the AI features here that's going to be baked into these Pixel devices. Now, the photos. So this is probably the #1 reason why you would buy a Pixel phone. I'm a huge fan of Google's image processing, just the Pixel phones in general. I film all my shorts with the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I've been filming my shorts with the Pixels for a minute. And this phone has a 48 megapixel standard, a 13 megapixel ultra wide. You can shoot in 4K 60, and you also have a 13 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 30. You have a max zoom of around 8 times. And for what I saw, the shots looked absolutely great, especially for a mid-range phone. I'm going to compare it to my A56 and some other phones, but this phone to me is taking flagship quality photos, in my opinion. It's on par with basically any flagship you can think of. And again, I'm going to do a test and put it side by side, but I'm just really liking what I'm seeing, just day one here. Just really good detail, great dynamic range. The ultra wide is really consistent with the main lens in terms of color. The video even is really solid too as well. You'd expect the video to be, not look as good, but the video is awesome on here as well. So far, I'm really liking the Pixel's image quality, skin tones and everything, really solid. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fantastic camera for anybody who is looking for a great, camera phone at a mid-range price. The other thing that we're going to be kind of watching for with this phone is the battery life. This phone has a huge battery. It has a 5,100 milliamp hour battery. I believe that's bigger than the 9 Pro XL. It has a bigger battery than the 9 Pro XL, I believe. I believe that's 5,000 milliamps on that one. But yeah, that's absolutely crazy. So you should get some insane battery life out of this phone. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see how that goes. But you also have 23-watt wire charging and 7.5 wireless charging as well. So overall, what do you guys think of the Pixel 9a? Is this a mid-range phone you would spend your money on?